Is Becky coming in?
She'll be here eventually. Yeah, hold on one second, KP's almost there.
All good. You hand sanitizer? Anybody got hand sanitizer? So everybody who got dirty hands.
I just set the water.
That's what they said. Nobody got hand sanitizer. That's crazy.
That's what I can't. All right, we are about to report.
Yes.
So, Cassandra, go ahead.
Thank you. I need hand sanitizer.
First question over here, Asia. First of all, how are you feeling? Coming off a really physical game on the road, another physical game tonight. How are you feeling physically and how are you feeling mentally right now at this point in the season? Team just hasn't been able to put together kind of comprehensive games on both ends of the floor so far.
Yeah, I mean, physically, I'm hurting, but at the same time, nobody really cares. It's something that I'm just gonna continue to work through. All of my teammates, everybody in this league is hurting in some type of way. This league is hard, and but mentally, you know, it's just it's the next up mentality. 24-hour rule. This stings. Every loss, I feel like we come across it. It hurts. But at the end of the day, it means that we have a lot more growing to do. We have a lot more things that we need to take care of. So it's a funky stretch, and I think later on down the road we'll start stringing games together. But it is a tough situation to be in. But at the same time, I feel like we have enough in the locker room to make sure that we execute who we are in our system, and we're slowly starting to figure that out game by game. But it does suck that we can't just complete it. Game after game after game. But it's a part of the game. You get your highs and lows, and right now we're kind of just funky in the middle, but the highs coming. The highs come in, and we're just going to continue to just stay on this path.
Kelsey, Tiffany comes off the bench with a lot of energy. You know, what is she bringing to the team right now, and how does she help you guys win this season?
She's tremendous. She's arguably the most underrated player in the W. And you know, like I give her a lot of credit. She's kind of been thrown into the fire, learning things on the go. You know, at this point in the season, we don't really practice much just because we're playing every other day. She picks up things really fast, and she's a competitor. So we know that, you know, we have to build ready in September, October, you know, and it's hard. You know, a lot of people overreact in the moment, but this is a long-term game, and there's a lot of things, you know, individually that I can do better, that I can do better, that our team can do better, we will. So we're gonna learn from it, and Tiffany, she's gonna continue to get better and gel with us, and she'll be great.
Question for both you guys. What was the biggest challenge that Seattle posed today?
I mean, credit to Seattle, they came out and they really punched us in the face. I think that, to be honest, a lot of the wounds were self-inflicted. You know, I think that we lacked energy coming out. I think also too, they killed us on the boards. In transition is what they do really well. And defensively, we didn't have enough intensity. So credit, I think we turned it around a little bit, but then we weren't able to hit shots. It happens on nights like that, but there's other things we got to do to make plays. But again, credit to Seattle. They've won 5 in a row, I think, and they're a very good team. They have veterans. They're well coached. I mean, they're a team that's going to be, you know, tough, especially in September, October.
Or either Asia or KP. With that, Kels, this is not a team that you ladies obviously aren't going to underestimate. But when you talk about depth, the names is NECA, Skylar, Jewel, Ezzy. Any one of them can do. I mean, they can match talent with the best of the league. How did their depth sort of hurt constantly? You said punched in the face.
I mean, when it first came about, I tweeted that they were a super team. I mean, legit, when you look at the roster, they have a great lineup. And it's something that we will never underestimate because we know exactly who they have in their locker room and the situations that they've been in and the adversity that they've overcome. So to me in my eyes, that's a super team. And it's not in no way that they called us a super team, but it's legit. The talent is there. So it's something that we're never going to take lightly because we know exactly what they have. But I mean, they have a great system, obviously coached by someone that's great. They're learning her stuff. She's learning them even more. That depth is there. It's going to continue. It's going to continue to grow. Like KP said, they're on a winning streak right now. So something must be working pretty well. And I think it's that. I think everyone in this league understands what they have on their roster. You can't take them lightly at all.
The Storm's coach said that this game was going to be a measuring stick for their team, where they're at right now. If you guys were to do the same, where would you say you guys are at?
A D,
What's your name?
Gianna.
Gianna, it's a beautiful name.
a D. We are a D.
Yeah, we're gonna get everyone's best shot.
Yeah.
Every game that we play is a measuring stick game for the other team. It's just call a spade a spade. It is what it is. And so, you know what? That's on us. And it is very disappointing to lose on our home floor. There's a lot of pride in that. So check back in with us next week.
For sure. We got a lot of work to do.
Got one more from the room, if there's anybody? One here, and then you guys be ready on deck.
Yes, Asia, you talked about, Adam Hill, Las Vegas Review Journal. You talked about the wear and tear everybody has on the body all the time. You guys are just coming off your first road trip, the long overdue rules, obviously with travel. Do you get a sense already of how that might play out for you guys as the season wears on with the long season, Olympic breaks and everything else that goes through?
You know, it is what it is. I mean, hey, we're professional athletes. We do this for a living. This is what I'm supposed to do. My body's gonna ache, it's gonna hurt, but the job still has to be done. So it really doesn't matter, if we fly charter, fly commercial, stay here, stay there in every city, every other day. It doesn't matter. The work still has to get done on the court. So I don't really pay attention to anything. I don't like that excuse. I don't really see us getting any excuses. No one gives a damn about us, honestly. And that's the mentality that we have. Like, we have to just focus on what's in our locker room and what do we have up next. So the wear and tear is gonna come. It's a part of the game. But like I said, nobody cares, work harder. And that's the whole mindset right now. And that's something that I continue to push to my teammates. So it's gonna be tough. But now it's really time to just lock in even more.
And Caius, go ahead and close us out with the athletes, and then we can start with Becky.
Okay. Just a quick one for Kelsey. When facing a team like Seattle that switches as much as they do, how do you kind of balance keeping the offense moving and calling your own number?
I don't know. How do you think I did today?
Was that rhetorical or?
Yeah, I'm asking.
I think it was fine. Like, I'm just curious about your process more than anything.
Yeah, no, I think that, I think in the first half, they weren't as packed in the paint, so I was able to get up downhill a little bit more. I think in the second half, they made some good adjustments, but I mean, coach is just on me to play the right way, whether that's rim reads, whether that's getting into the paint, kicking for my teammates. You know, we have really good shooters on our team. We missed some open ones tonight, you know, so it's just, that happens. That's basketball, but, you know, I think overall, I think decision-making, I've grown a lot. I think I've gotten a lot better. So I'm not trying to force the hand if it's not there. I thought they did some good things schematically in the second half to adjust, and I was just trying to make the right play.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Questions for coach?
Coach, the players were asked what they would assess themselves as a grade this far in the season. You've had a lot of different lineups out there, probably gonna have a few more going forward. Where do you think your team is at right now?
Not very good. I don't really give a damn about the lineups. There's still enough out there to win. We're not a very good team right now. We're not committed to doing little things for each other. Tonight I actually thought we got lots of open looks we missed. But it can't be a case of, okay, we're not making shots now. I thought our defense was actually pretty good. I thought they hit some timely threes. Meanwhile, we go over 7 in the fourth quarter. Let's keep plugging along, but bottom line is we're not a very good team right now.
Coach, you say you're not very good. What is that one area that you're really looking at that you feel like needs the biggest area of improvement right now?
Our approach sucks. I can't. articulate enough how badly teams want to beat us. And we've just had a very satisfactory show up and think we're gonna fucking win the game approach.
All right, see no other hands raised in the room, Sandra.
Asia just said earlier that she doesn't want to use travel or, discomfort and pain from a previous game as an excuse, but that has to play a role. You said early Jackie still wasn't feeling well. Asia's beat up. You guys had to cancel practice. Like, is that playing a role here?
Ken, if you wanted to, what's the fucking excuse in the first and second quarter? We tired then? Every team has to push through this. This is way more mental than anything. Is there a fatigue factor? Sure, I'll buy that to a certain degree, but who cares? I mean, we have to figure some things out. I thought, like I said, I thought the timely threes on their end and our misses to our legs play a part of that, yeah, but we missed shots in the first and the second quarter too.
Thank you, Coach.